We got a fun show today. It is Super Bowl week. Super Bowl's coming up in a couple days. Hopefully you're listening to this before the Super Bowl. Otherwise, the rest of the episode is pretty much irrelevant. Although if you are listening to it after the Super Bowl, still listen. But it's a Super Bowl week. We got a good Super Bowl themed show coming up. But first, a word from our sponsors, Il Taco Foods. Il Taco Foods has been feeding the hungry people of Chicago since 1927. It's a long time ago. Their most popular item, the Pizza Puff, became a Chicago staple almost as soon as it hit the very first hot dog stand in the city. For those that don't know, a Pizza Puff is premium mozzarella, crumbled Italian sausage, and a signature home-style sauce wrapped in a pillowy yet crispy crust. And that's just the original. They have 14 different flavors. You can learn more about the flavors and where to buy them from their website, www.iltaco.com. Through 4 generations of hard work and a passion for good food, their family-run business now distributes Chicago's Pizza Puff in 38 states across the U.S. So you have no excuse to get them unless you're in one of the 12 boring, lame, stupid states. Check out the website to find out where you can get the good stuff. Again, that's www.iltaco.com. Now, again, it is Super Bowl week. We got a fun show coming up for you. Right now, we're going to get into Super Bowl betting. And when I say that, I mean the important stuff, like over-under 119.5 seconds for the duration of the national anthem, color of the Gatorade spilled on the winning head coach, all the important prop bets. There's so many of them, and a lot of them are really fun to dissect and think about. Some of them are kind of stupid. But we're going to get into all that, give you our takes for it. I have a couple of my buddies joining the show today. My friend Matt Barbato, who writes fantasy football and sports betting for Fantasy Pros and Betting Pros. Check him out at Real Matt Barbato, and check him out at Fantasy Pros and Betting Pros. He gives more of his analysis on those things at those websites, and is a great NFL mind, especially on the New York Jets, which he's a sad New York Jets fan. And my buddy Matt Kulling, find him on Twitter, the Sharper Image brand ambassador. He's at M.O. Kulling, Kulling. The three of us are going to get into all things Super Bowl gambling in just a bit. But first I want to read also this message from the CDC, so you're all prepared for the Super Bowl this weekend. The CDC is warning against cheering at parties. Now, this makes sense. You don't want your germs to get out there from cheering. The CDC says clap, stomp your feet, or bring handheld noisemakers instead of cheering. So if you're a Bucs fan, a Chiefs fan, no, it's going to be hard, but you're going to have to bring something else, because you got to make sure your mask is on. You don't want to cheer. And don't forget about enjoying the usual game day buffet. The CDC is advising partygoers to bring your own food, drinks, plates, cups, utensils, and condiment packets. So this weekend, I'm going to be bringing my own spork, plastic sporks. I hoard them when I order Uber Eats. Mustard packets, ketchup packets, barbecue sauce packets, all of them. Some of you, maybe you bring those around with you already, because you never know when you're going to need like a soy sauce packet. Bring those with you to your Super Bowl party. Bring a plastic cup. Again, noisemakers, maybe a vuvuzela. Just don't cheer. Again, don't shoot the messenger. I'm reading this from the CDC. Be safe out there for the Super Bowl. Also, while we're just here, buy these shirts. I know it's not 2020 anymore. If you're watching on audio, you don't even see what shirt I'm wearing. But go to store.velvethamster.com. Buy some shirts. We got bills to pay here, and we would appreciate it if you buy these shirts. But yeah, here is this episode. All things Super Bowl extravaganza with Matt Barbato and Matt Kulling.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Kaiser.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
I went out to eat for the sake of this next joke. Joke.
For the double cheese and sausage.
Joe Kaiser, ladies and gentlemen.
national anthem length over under 119.5 seconds. So that's basically 2 minutes because 2 minutes is 120 seconds. The national anthem is sung by, we were talking about this earlier and I already forgot who it was.
Jasmine Sullivan and Eric Church.
Does anyone know who Jasmine Sullivan is?
No, but she spells her name with a Z. That's the end of list of things I know about.
The fact that there's a duet makes it seem like that's not that'll take a while. I always, this is a dumb thing that I do, I always bet the over on this because it's more fun, and I do that way too often with things where I'll take the over just because it seems like a more fun bet. I don't think I've ever taken the under for the national anthem.
No, I've only taken I have taken it before, but it's when it was an artist, and I'm trying to remember who specifically. But like when it's like an R&B or like a slower singer, like someone who really has like a really powerful voice who will let the I don't know. I tend to go overs too because I don't know. It's these people all want to like really like let every note hang. I've done a couple of unders and I've always regretted it, especially with a duet. I feel like they're both going to let each other shine. They're going to pass it a little, they're going to have chemistry. They're going to look at each other. It's going to be nice and slow. I don't know. I think the over, and I don't know, only 2 minutes. That sounds low historically. I feel like it's normally like the line is set like around like 2 minutes, 3 seconds or something. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
I can't remember what it was before, but 2 minutes is an eternity. When you think about it, that's a really long ass time.
That's true.
That's like, I don't know. That's a long time to be singing.
It's a long time to be doing anything, really.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still gonna say the over because it's more fun, but 2 minutes does feel like a really, really long time. I think it's usually right around there. Anyway, do we all say over?
I'd say over. They keep trying to one up each other.
Yeah,
they're gonna sing the unheard fourth verse to the national anthem. It's never before been sung in public. I think that's what's going to happen.
And then they hold that note at the end for a really long time, always.
Oh yeah,
that's always the most fun when you're watching your stopwatch and the singer is going and you're seeing how long they can hold it on. The jets come by and everything.
It'll be.
This is the dumbest prop. It's kind of fun, but it's stupid at the same time. What color liquid will be poured on the winning coach? I've got no insights on this ever. I have no idea. I know it's usually clear, red.
What color is urine?
It's a limey color. Clear.
So
clear.
I'd go with that. That'd be a good bit. You just
why?
They hate the coach and they just pour urine on him. That'd be better.
Well, clear is technically the color of urine, right? It's not if you're healthy.
If you're hydrated, yeah.
Well, actually, the urine comes from the term urea, which is what makes your pee yellow. So, I mean, it really depends. It's really two sides of the same coin.
What color is lime Gatorade? Yellow or green?
I would say it's yellow.
I've always thought it was green.
I always thought it was yellow because there's a green apple flavor, and that's green.
I guess
it's like what color is Beto's shirt? Since this is a video podcast. Yeah, that's the same color as the Gatorade.
That's true. So if it's lime, then the color is yellow.
But it's lemon lime.
I believe the lime flavor is technically yellow. I'm looking this up.
It's lemon lime.
But it's lemon lime.
Yes, lemon lime, right. That's why, when you said lime, that's what I was thinking of, lemon lime. Yeah, that's
lime flavored would just be imagine mixing, that'd be a good mixed drink thing. You just lime, actual just lime Gatorade. That'd be so sour.
I always get this prop wrong. I don't think I've ever won it. And I bet it every year because I'm an idiot. But I always feel like clear is the best play.
I think so too.
Or red. I feel like it's been one of the two. I don't know. I don't really have any scientific, anything to back that up, but clear to me just always jumps out. I used to bet orange because it was my favorite color, but the amazing thing is that there are different, the odds aren't all flat. There are definitely favorites and like underdogs for this, which is kind of preposterous. I think there was a purple one, maybe a Patriots a couple years ago. I think we've seen blue, but I don't know. I always go clear because I feel like I saw it once and I was like, how could it be clear? And then I stuck with it forever.
I think clear is a good bet. Red would make sense because both teams are red. I can visualize that. But here's another thing. I've always thought if you were like an equipment manager or a quality assurance coach, whoever handles the Gatorade, I don't know who that is, or if you were singing the national anthem, the halftime show, why don't you look up some of these props beforehand? If you're Jasmine Simmons, was that her name? Jasmine Simmons?
Sullivan.
Jasmine Sullivan. Why not look
That
up
could
what
be
the
wrong
props
also.
are? Hey, Jasmine, if you're Jasmine, look up what the props are. Take the over. Put all your money on the over, and then just like put thousands of dollars on that. And then you can make yourself be over. I don't know. I would do that. Or if I was
maybe they're told by like the NFL or something that they can't do that.
I think you could probably get around it. Or if I'm like some like jag-off equipment manager who handles the Gatorade, I would pick a flavor of Gatorade and then bet all the money on that.
Yeah, you
Does Gatorade count as equipment? Does Gatorade count as equipment though, or is that like is that like a physical therapist thing to do? Like, do you think the medical staff does that? Because it needs to be a special mixture.
I think Andy Reid actually handles it himself.
Oh, so it's just Kool-Aid. It's not even Gatorade. That's why they have to call it liquid, because it's just Kool-Aid. It's like it's Sunny D or something.
So I'm looking back. I'm looking at an article that is tracking the color of the Gatorade dumped on the winning coach. The reason why I have clear embedded in my head is clear has not been the color since Super Bowl 42, but it happened 4 years in a row leading up to that. 39 through 42 were all clear. Most recently, it looks like orange has been the most popular in the last 7 Super Bowls. We've had orange 3 times. None once, blue twice, and then yellow when the Eagles won for Doug Peterson, RIP. So, and last year Andy Reid got dunked with orange Gatorade. So,
I think
a little
orange
bit
is a
of
good bet.
precedent there, maybe. Andy likes his orange Gatorade.
Yeah, if you think the Chiefs are going to win, I think you probably go orange. Because how do they pick the Gatorade for any given game, let alone the Super Bowl? I imagine the team drinks the same one over, unless they have multiple containers. They might have multiple jugs, and the players that are going to pour it on the coach just pick one at random. So it could be even more random than we think.
You think they really care that much about the flavors, though? Like, you think they're like team meeting before, like the captains all get together and they're like, "All right, guys, this is the choice for the season of our 3
No, I think
flavors."
they get everything. Like professional athletes get everything. Like you ever see in like a dugout in Major League Baseball, it's like every possible like flavor of gum is back there, like beef jerky. Like it's like crazy.
Yeah, I think they just get whatever they want because it's the NFL. I wouldn't be surprised if they had like G2 as well, sugar-free Gatorade.
If someone asked for Powerade, I'm sure they would get it.
No, that's not an NFL sponsor. That can't happen. Well, maybe under the table, but G2 is good. My least favorite G2 is purple. Tastes like cough syrup.
No, I think the red G2 tastes like cough syrup.
I think they all do, but I like the purple one too.
I actually like the purple one.
I
like orange.
I like orange regular Gatorade a lot.
Same.
I had a sugar-free grape Powerade because it's hung over on Saturday, and that the fake grape flavor for sports drinks is one of my favorites. So we're saying we don't
off between Powerade and Gatorade for me.
Really, I think it's all the same.
It is all the
Powerade
same.
just I don't know.
Powerade has like 3 flavors though.
It leaves more of a substance on my tongue.
That sounds like a you problem.
That sounds like.
Well, I think
be kind of dirty.
I think it's a marketing thing. Like people walk in their local grocer, and then they're like, "Well, Peyton Manning sweats this, so I think I should buy it." I think that's what happens.
Joe, do you have the lines for the Gatorade props?
No, I'll pull them up though. Let's see if.
I think my pick would be orange, and that's only because we just know one of the teams last year got dunked in orange. That would be my only rationale for that.
I think that's a good the best educated
it's good
one
as
you
it
can
gets.
make because they did orange last year. So if you're thinking the Chiefs are going to win, the most educated bet you can make is orange. And yes, orange is the favorite at plus 160. Red is plus 200. Lime green yellow. So they give some leeway for people that don't understand which color that is at 275. Clear / water is plus 700. So I think that's a more of a value play if you don't want to go with orange. Blue is plus 800 and purple is plus 1100.
We haven't had purple since Super Bowl 46.
It's just weird how there's such a big gap between orange and red and then purple that I feel like they know something.
Well, I'm looking right now. I don't see red. I don't think red has ever been used.
In
I'm
red
doing
plus
a Control
200.
F search right now, and I do not. Red is the most common color of Gatorade that has never been dumped on a winning coach. That is worded weirdly, but yes. It's never been red. Never. Yeah, I don't know.
Stain your skin.
I mean, is the red flavor? I don't know. I don't really see many people drinking red Gatorade.
Red Gatorade sucks. I think that's
there you go.
All the time.
There you
go.
go.
Like red Gatorade?
I used to when I was a kid. I used to drink red Gatorade all the time. That was like the most popular flavor. I think red and green or yellow were always the most popular ones.
Yellow. I used to have yellow like every day for lunch in high school. Now I can't have it anymore. It's like having a bad experience. I've had it too much. I need to expand my horizons. I get orange or purple now. Have it every day for 4 years. And my chicken tenders, yeah. That's right.
So I'm going to say clear just for the value of it, a plus 700.
Sticking with orange, I think.
I would go orange.
All right. I mean, that's the more educated.
Is any of this really educated, though?
I mean, I just looked up an article.
I mean, that's as educated as you can probably get on it.
Well, look at you. You can read.
Quarterback to be shown first during the national anthem. That's a toughie just because it's two of the most popular ones, but I would think Brady.
I would say Brady because he likes America or whatever.
I don't know. I guess Brady. He's just got the longevity. But Mahomes is such a dashing young fellow with his hair. Could be flopping in the wind in Tampa. But I'm guessing they go to the home sideline first.
Yeah, I think that's almost a lock. Although that one's kind of random too, because who knows what the broadcasters will be talking about right before. But I feel like Brady is going to be the first person shown on the field. First song performed by The Weeknd at halftime. It's going to be that one, the Blinded by the Light or whatever.
No. See, I think that's a trick.
Why? Because it's the most popular one right now?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everyone assumes that, he's going to play it for sure. But I feel like everyone assumes that he's just going to lead with the song from the commercial advertising the Super Bowl every year or the Super Bowl halftime show every year. I don't think he's going to lead off with that. I got fooled into that a couple of years ago. I'm trying to remember who it was, but I kind of think it's going to be that one where it's like, I can't feel my face when I'm with you, blah, 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 blah. I think the song is called Can't Feel My Face.
Isn't that more of a that's the did that's like an energetic way to start the thing though. I hear you because I got burned with that too either last year or 2 years ago. I can't remember who it was, but I feel like it's a very you got to start with energy for the halftime show, and then after that I can't even name another song of his.
I think he covers Waterloo by ABBA. It's my answer. I also hate money. I hate money.
Odds on that are terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Waterloo.
I think I'm not going to go with the most obvious choice. I think it's going to be that. I think it's called Can't Feel My Face. That's just my pick. I think he ends with the song you're talking about, Joe.
Okay. No, that's fair. I think it's actually that's logical line of thinking. But those are the only two songs that I could even reference. So I'm going to go with Blinded by the Light or whatever it is.
Blinded by the Light.
What's the actual name of the song?
Blinding Lights, I think.
Blinding Lights.
If he did Blinded by the Light, that would be pretty funny.
Actually, that's going to be that's going to be
I'm going to go with Hey. I'm going to go with Hey, It's Me, The Weeknd. It's The Weeknd.
Is that actually a song?
No, I just made it up.
He's going to invent a totally new one. They should have one with
Hey, It's Me, The Weeknd.
Happy Sunday, everyone. It's the weekend. That would be a pretty badass move if they released a new song on the Super Bowl halftime show. That would be quite
called the Sunday Scaries by the weekend. Over under
every day is the same.
over and under 1.5 wardrobe changes by the weekend. I don't know. Does he do that? I know a lot of halftime shows have wardrobe changes and malfunctions, but I don't even know.
What about that dude's face? He got like the crazy plastic surgery.
Yeah.
He looks like a cartoon.
I think I would just take over because this is a stupid way to bet, but it's more fun.
Over on what?
Yeah, over
1.5 wardrobe changes.
Oh God, I don't think so. What is it if it's yes or over? What's the odds on it? Does it pay? I mean, I guess he could have a wardrobe malfunction. That would be pretty high odds though.
No,
I don't know
wardrobe change.
Yeah, so he just has to change his wardrobe.
Oh, wardrobe changes. I thought you said malfunctions.
No, changes.
Where is my mind?
That'd be
today?
funny if they were like, we have an auxiliary. They have an auxiliary wardrobe. Like, all right, this one malfunctions at a high rate, so we'll have an auxiliary wardrobe for you. And they just stop the show, and he's like, the shirt is unbuttoned. And they have to like go back and.
I see the over is minus 380, so they're really expecting him to change his clothes.
I think that's because every halftime show there's something like that where they change clothes.
Yeah, under is plus 240 according to Bovada. Damn.
So that might be the way to go because I don't know maybe I'm being like sexist about it, but I can't see how many changes a dude can really make that are interesting.
Also, what qualifies as a wardrobe change? That could be controversial.
True. Well, I guess taking your taking your shirt off.
Like if he's wearing a suit, like if he's wearing a suit and he takes the jacket off and like undoes the tie, like does that count as a wardrobe change? Or do you have to like top to bottom? You got to change everything.
I would think it would be like he has to change at least one article of clothing without not like taking something off. It would have to be like a shirt change or like a new coat or pants. It's got to be hard for a guy to do a mid halftime show pants change though. Like you got the belt, it's like the loops. How many times you screw up your loops in your belt when you're rushing to go somewhere? Too much risk for me.
Yeah, I think a guy has to just kind of like take items off. And is that a wardrobe change if all of a sudden he's shirtless for a few minutes? Because I don't think it should be necessarily. But maybe that's why the favorite is so strong, because if he just takes his shirt off, that's one wardrobe change. Or he takes his pants off, or he puts on a jacket or something like. And if he comes out with like 3 layers on, then he can easily just take 2 layers off.
Does a malfunction count as a wardrobe change technically?
I would think so. If like taking your shirt off counts, it should. I don't know. I think I'm going to take the over. The over is more fun anyway.
You're going to lay the 380? Whew.
I mean, the price is bad, but they know something.
It's just money.
It's 38 to win 10 on the weekend, changing his clothes once. All right, that's the Super Bowl for you, though.
Actually, I'm changing it to the under. That's stupid.
Now watch, he's going to change 6 times.
Yeah, the weekend probably did what I said. He probably knows about this, and he probably put a bunch of money down already.
I'm going to go ahead.
All right, guys, I need to change at least 1.5 times. What?
Yeah, what if it's just a half change? What if he only changes? What if it's like a full wardrobe change has to be shirt, pants, and he only changes his shirt and it's a push?
He takes a shoe off.
Yeah, it would have been a profitable night for me, but I pushed on the fucking weekend changing his clothes.
Shit. Okay, over under 8.5 total songs performed at halftime. That's a lot of songs.
That's a lot of songs. That's quite a catalog.
Well, they usually do like a medley though, and it's not like the full song. But 8.5 is a lot of songs.
But there should be like a minimum amount of a song that's played for it to count as a song. I'm sure there isn't, but there should be.
The technical nature of these prop bets. I don't think anyone's ever questioned these prop bets as much as we are in the last 10 minutes. God, that sounds like a lot of song. I don't know. But you think about it, what's the show like 10 minutes or so, maybe even less than that. He probably does like a song a minute. You know, I
feel
guess
like
Yeah.
it's the under.
about it.
He'll do some covers too. Somebody else will pop out
And Waterloo by ABBA is a long song. So I think.
By the way, the odds for the songs, I don't think we mentioned them. Blinding Lights is plus 137. Pray for Me is plus 250, and Can't Feel My Face is plus 300. So
Okay.
Can't Feel My Face is even better value.
That's a third favorite. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say over. I mean, maybe his songs are kind of quick too. I feel like anything I've heard from him on the radio, they're like not very long. I feel like he can get in and out of them very quickly and like transition to different songs. Yeah, like you said, there's going to be a cover of some sort. I'm going to go over.
I don't know
Unless I'm
if it's really 10 minutes. That's like I don't think he's gonna play a song a minute. That feels like
A minute's a long
quick.
time, though. I feel like they change songs all the time. I can't picture 9 songs being played. Over 8 is minus 220. Under 8 is plus 155.
Ooh,
I should have watched more film before we talked about this on
Yeah.
the other halftime shows.
shit.
9 songs is a
20 on
lot.
the over. Ugh.
Yeah. I think the under is the play then.
I'm going to pass.
That's fair. I bet on
Yeah,
all
you don't
of these
have to
every
bet.
single-
I'll hear about it.
I bet on all of these every single year because I'm a fucking idiot. I think I would go under.
I'll eventually cave and probably bet the over.
Matthew, nothing.
Under.
All right. Puppy Bowl winner in 2021. I've got nothing on this.
I don't even know what that means. Like,
I don't know either.
is there like a roster out? Like, is it like
I've never watched it ever. I have no idea how it works. I bet
like
on it
kinda
one year, but I didn't even watch it. I don't think.
like are we supposed to know the names of the participants in the Puppy Bowl? Like,
I
are
think
there
so.
teams? Is it an individual winner? Is it like the
I think it's
decathlon?
individuals.
So
Like,
I'm reading Bovada right now. It says Team Fluff and Team Rough. And believe it or not, Team Fluff is even money. Team Rough is minus 140. Well, who do they got on Team Rough?
I like Team Fluff. They got the air raid offense, and I think Team Rough's defense a little bit overrated. That front seven has been battered all year.
Team Rough, I hear, is like a triple option, while Team Fluff is like the Texas Tech Cliff Kingsbury air raid.
Yeah,
Let's go Team Fluff.
I mean, Team Rough plays in the ACC. I find that to be a wildly overrated conference besides Clemson.
Yeah, that's true.
This is rigged too, right? The Puppy Bowl?
Certainly. It's pre-taped. It's not live.
Well, yeah, but it's not like they're not like the dogs just like do whatever and then
Kill each other.
yeah, like it's rigged. And I feel like Team Fluff sounds like kind of like a bitch team, so they're gonna make Team Fluff win.
Seems like name
Yeah,
value.
the cute one. It would be funny if it was like like Team Fluff was like little puppies, and it was just like killer like bulldog
Rottweilers.
like pit bulls.
Versus Bichons.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the dog. I'm gonna go with Fluff.
Yeah,
Even
Fluff.
money on the Puppy Bowl, can't ask for any better odds than that.
But they've added new animals to the Puppy Bowl. Like, it's not just dogs. It's like cats.
Yeah, it's
too.
cats, yeah.
And like
That's
rabbits.
disgusting. That's disgusting. Who wants to see a fucking cat in the playing football?
It's
called
called
the
the
Puppy-
Puppy Bowl.
Yeah, that's disgusting. That's
Not the
some
Kitty
like
Bowl.
equality, like woke stuff. They want to let cats into the Puppy Bowl. It's nonsense.
Next thing you know, they'll let cats vote.
They'll let them adopt.
And they get married.
Which commercials will appear first? Doritos or Snickers as one, and then Budweiser or Coca-Cola as the other.
I like Doritos.
Me too.
But I think Snickers goes first. No, I'm just kidding. I just want to say that I like Doritos. Cool Ranch, nacho cheese, things of that nature, jalapeno, things of that.
Their new spicy nacho one is fantastic.
Oh, it's so good.
Dangerously good.
It's a good time to say that our sponsor for today's show is No, I think Doritos is like a volume. They're like they have like they spend like all of their advertising budget on like the Super Bowl commercials. Like there are
Yeah.
100 Doritos commercials.
Doritos and I
Crazy.
think Mountain Dew, I feel like, is another one that's going to be on there.
Yeah.
Well, did you hear the Clydesdales are not making an appearance this year?
Ooh, they dead?
COVID outbreak.
They got me too. The lead Clydesdale was they sent out on Twitter a lot of text messages for the lead Clydesdale. 47 unanswered text messages like, what are you doing, with like the emoji of the
Yeah, no Clydesdales this year though. So I'm gonna go with
That's
Doritos
interesting.
and Snickers.
Coke?
Yeah, I don't know. I just read the headline. I don't know why.
Well, it's Doritos or Snickers, then Budweiser or Coke. And if there's no Clydesdales, I wonder if it's going to be that bodes well for Coke, or Budweiser is going to do some like virtue signal to the dead Clydesdales and have like a really big commercial without them. Like the Clydesdales are over Zoom. I might actually say that Doritos and Budweiser.
I like Doritos and Budweiser.
I'm
I do too.
going. Wait, Doritos and Budweiser. I thought it was Doritos and Snickers.
Doritos or
No,
Snickers. Doritos versus Snickers, and then Coke versus Budweiser.
Oh, okay. Then I'll go Doritos. I'm gonna go Coke. I don't know
Okay.
what Coke's gonna do though. Don't they have like a little dog that they do commercials with now? Maybe I'm thinking of the holiday stuff.
I always picture them with like the Santa Claus looking guy, and then the polar bear.
The holiday Coke.
The Santa
for sure.
Claus looking guy.
It's not
You mean Santa
well,
Claus? He's that guy who kind of like, you ever watch The Passion of the Christ? There's a guy who looks like Jesus.
guy looks like Jesus, all nailed to a cross, kind of like Jesus.
Turns out it's Jesus. Turns out it's Santa.
Yeah, Mel Gibson, who also played Santa Claus in the movie.
Then again, I could see Budweiser doing a stupid ass Bud Light commercial where it's like someone's
Yeah.
in the fridge.
Wait, does Bud Light count? Is it any
Oh, yeah.
Is it any Anheuser?
I think it should.
InBev.
I
property?
assumed it would.
Yeah, I would think so. I would argue that if that wasn't the case.
I'm gonna say it's like a stupid Budweiser commercial that's like people who watch like Parks and Rec will find hilarious, but nobody else will like.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement. Doritos and Budweiser. I wish there was like a option for like Pepsi or Mountain Dew though. That'd be
Yeah, it's very weird the cross industry competition, but I guess those must be the 4 biggest sponsors or something. There must be a reason.
because there was a really popular Pepsi commercial.
What about
this year.
avocados from Mexico? Why isn't that one?
It's pistachios.
You gotta bring back
No,
the
there's
career
an
builder monkeys.
Avocados
No.
from Mexico had Super Bowl commercial. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like a draft. That one was funny.
How many commercials would you guys say make you laugh per year? Like I'll set like the over under like 2.5 because I think it's under for me recently.
In the Super Bowl or just for the
in the
entire-
Super Bowl.
Okay, the calendar year. I don't know.
In the calendar year, I laugh every time I watch that Liberty Mutual commercial with the emu. It's so
Like
stupid,
Limu
but I think
Emu.
it's so
Oh
funny.
my god.
so fucking dumb.
The commercial where he's looking at he looks at himself in the window. It's
Fucking stupid. I would say
Break while we get our composure.
during the Super. I would say 3.5. I would set the line at maybe 2.5.
I would say under.
Yeah, I would take the under. I would say 2.5 or 3.5. I'd have to really think about it.
Nobody takes chances anymore with their Super Bowl commercials. Like they used to be kind of like, I won't even say edgy, but like a step below that, but they were like funny. And now it's just like nobody takes chances. Like everyone's conservative. Nobody wants to get canceled on Super Bowl Sunday. So it's like very boring, bland commercials.
I would say
I'm upset
2.5.
None of the
Upset
I'm
what?
upset none of the I'm upset none of the brands take a position on Israel during the Super Bowl.
Well, you just wait because the next prop.
Avocados from Mexico. You know, we want to take this time to understand.
Avocados from Palestine has a really strong commercial. Here's a question though. I feel like every year somebody says commercials weren't as good as usual. Is it possible the commercials have never been good, and we all just kind of like got bored of them?
In the last 10 years, I would say yes. The commercials just have sucked as a
But
whole.
it's kind of
Well,
like how
I
people
also-
said McDonald's food gets smaller. Is it actually getting smaller, or are people getting years growing up?
Well, I
Or the
also
commercials
think
always
that
suck.
there's alternatives now. Like 10 years ago, you couldn't go like on during the commercial break and like look at your phone.
Yeah.
Like what people are tweeting is funnier than the commercials.
Can't go on
like-
couldn't go on Pornhub back then and just
Well,
these
I pulled
challenges,
that
they go
magazine,
longer and
too.
longer, you got to find some amusement somehow.
Tweets about commercials are funnier than the actual commercials.
That's
a
true.
good
Like
point.
the memes that come out of the commercials are funnier than
Yeah.
the actual commercials.
That's a good point.
Okay, Tampa temperature at kickoff over under 69.5 degrees. I almost feel like they
Nice.
did that on purpose, but that must be for the forecast that week. Right now in
It's
Tampa,
gonna be
it's
under.
53. It's going to be close. So under would be the move.
It's chilly. It might rain. It might be windy.
Yeah, rain in the forecast. High of 67 right now. Low of 49.
Oh my god! I think you got to hammer the
I'm gonna
under.
go with
I
the
was
under.
reading that it's going to get breezy, or as the game starts, and the temperature is going to plummet overnight in Tampa, kind of like what we're going to have here that same
Yeah.
day.
All
jet
weekend's
streams
gonna
and
rain.
such.
That seems like an easy under. I think that probably will move at some point because right now it looks awful. That's
We'll
an
have
easy
to look
one.
up the sunset as well. I don't know what the sunset's going to be in Tampa, but if the sun's starting to set as the game kicks off, that'll help the temperature too.
What will the position of the MVP winner be? The obvious choice is quarterback, but Beto, you said offline that you had a sneaky MVP pick.
Yeah, my sneaky pick, I think quarterback, and quarterback's probably juiced to hell, right? It's got to be terrible odds. But if you're looking for someone kind of under the radar, I would say Devin White, so linebacker, to answer this question. Because to me, if the Bucs are going to have a chance to win this game, they're going to have to make at least a couple plays defensively. And I think Devin White's going to be in coverage on Travis Kelce a lot, which is going to be probably one of the biggest matchups of the game, assuming they put safety help over the top for Tyreek. So, if Devin White can hold Travis Kelce to 6 catches, which is a huge accomplishment, and maybe get a scoop and score or something, and the game's lower scoring than we expect, then a play like that could make the difference. But it's a total flyer.
I kind of like that though because that's not unheard of. We had a defensive Super Bowl MVP 4 years ago.
The Seahawks guy, Malcolm Smith, I think, when they killed the Broncos.
Yeah, Von Miller too.
Oh yeah, Von Miller. Yeah,
Von Miller. Yeah, so that's twice in the last 7 years.
but
But
White's such an impact player.
Here's the thing: if Tom Brady has an average game, even if the Bucs make big plays on defense, I feel like it's still likely because the year they beat Atlanta, and obviously he was a huge part of that comeback, the biggest part of that comeback. But James White had a huge game too. I think he had 2 or 3 touchdowns, and they still give it to. And he's had James White had the game-winning touchdown too.
Yeah.
And they still give it to Brady. So I just feel like the quarterback's favored no matter what. Last year, Mahomes didn't have an outstanding game, really.
No, Damian Williams should have won it.
Yeah, I think the default is just to go to the quarterback. Yeah.
But
Which is
if you
kinda
want a long
stupid.
shot, Devin
It's
White,
kinda bullshit.
that's my choice.
Okay. I like that. I think if it's not a quarterback, defense, because the only other one on offense, Julian Edelman 2 years ago, Santonio Holmes. That's 11 years ago now. Hines Ward, Deion Branch. Otherwise, it's just all defense and quarterbacks until
It's a
Terrell
quarterback
Davis.
award.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Desmond Howard. Yeah, so it's going to be – I'm going to say quarterback. I think it's
Yeah,
going to be –
Kelsey and Hill are gonna kind of eat each other alive, or not alive, but they're gonna eat into their production. Same with Evans and Godwin. It's kind of hard.
In
to
that
pick a
case, I
side.
take the Buccaneers. That was a stupid joke. Sorry, man.
No, you made it funny. By
Yeah,
laughing
that's
at your own joke like that, you make it funny.
That's the key.
Well, I like the value. I like the value though of betting on defense. Then,
It's like a $5 bet.
yeah, over under 3.5 commercials with dogs. I hope it's under because I fucking hate any like emotional manipulation by dog or horse or whale or child.
Have you gotten emotionally manipulated by a horse before?
The Clydesdales, they're all dead.
I was I was once entered into a Ponzi scheme because of a Clydesdale, and that was emotionally manipulating. But I take the over. I feel like the default is now just like, oh well, we don't have an idea. It's like, well, what if like the dog ate Doritos, and like that's the end. And they're like, all right, end of meeting. Like that's how.
I'm gonna take the
default
under
is.
just because I want it to be under.
Yeah. What if the dog ate Doritos and the dog liked them too?
What if the dog drank Budweiser?
They're gonna bring back Spuds McKenzie, is what you're telling me.
That could be another way around the Clydesdales is to just have dogs.
Oh, it's like
They've
12
done that
dogs
already.
pulling the
What was that
pulling the
one?
wagon.
The one brand, I think it might have been Budweiser, where it was like a dog, like the commercials, a dog like trying to find its way home. This is like 5 years ago.
That's the
was
feature
Budweiser.
film Homeward Bound.
Oh, that's right. I got it mixed up with a movie.
That was that was actually MVP Most Valuable Primate you're thinking of.
Yeah, they started airing it during the Rams Patriots 13-3 Super Bowl because it was so boring.
It was a simulcast.
Yeah.
Beto, you
gonna
saying
say
over or
under.
under?
Under on the
yeah.
dogs. I think we're going to see less dogs this year. But then again, Sarah McLachlan could always buy a block of time and just blow us up with sappy dogs who have like no ears and like 2 paws and like no testicles and like, please adopt me.
Is it a default that they have no testicles?
In the arms of an angel.
That's gonna be the whole screen, and then the Super Bowl is gonna be in the corner, the bottom like left corner.
It's going to be like during, you know how they're doing that now with the commercials where they'll split the screen up and they'll have the commercial running. It'll be like during a review when like Andy Reid challenges whether like the guy got to like the 3-yard line or the 2-yard line. You're going to see Andy with like the visor on one side and just you're going to see like just dying puppies on the left. And
No, they'll the Chiefs will blow out the Bucks and they'll say we're gonna go to a more competitive fight, the fight against animal cruelty, and it'll just be Sarah McLachlan for like 2 hours.
you know
They're
that's
having-
what that'd be awful.
They're gonna have native advertising where the coaches are the refs are gonna like. You think they're gonna be like challenging a play or something? The ref's gonna go to the sideline and say, "We now stop this game to hear a message from Sarah McLachlan," and then the game's just gonna like the lights are gonna shut off, and then all of a sudden she's gonna be on the jumbotron.
No, she like appears at midfield, and she's like, "Look at this dog," and there's like a dog there for some reason. The dog can't walk.
A bunch of 3-legged dogs on the field.
It just takes over the halftime show.
Does that count as a song for the halftime show?
Arms of the Angel. What are the odds on the weekend playing Arms of the Angel and like carrying a dog on it?
With a dog playing piano. That's what they should start doing. They should do a little cross action between the Puppy Bowl and the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Super Bowl MVP gets to adopt the Puppy Bowl MVP. Not gets to, has to adopt. Like they get the car and shit, and inside the car, like sitting shotgun, is the Puppy Bowl MVP.
Patrick Mahomes is like, I'm allergic to dogs.
Just starts
well, too
lighting up.
bad.
Breaks out hives. Coach shown first during the national anthem, I think is definitely Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Oh, I see how this is going to
Fogged
play
up,
out.
this fogged up face shield.
Yes. It's going to be Brady, and then they're going to go to Andy Reid.
Yes.
They'll go to Mahomes, and they'll go to Arians.
Then Jackson Mahomes dancing in the, in the suite.
Flossing.
Then Sarah McLachlan.
That kid's fucking ridiculous. I don't know if you've looked at his TikTok page.
No,
It's insane.
I'm an adult.
You're not on TikTok?
He's not.
I'm not either. I deleted it. I saw the 60 Minutes segment on how China was taking our data, man. I said goodbye. They probably already got it, but at least
TikTok's such a time suck. You could spend
It
like
is.
hours just scrolling through that. Jackson Mahomes, if I were Pat Mahomes Sr., former Chicago Cubs relief pitcher, I would be so like disappointed. I had this one son that just signed like a $500 million contract and won a Super Bowl. Then I had this other son that did 3 variations of the Corvette dance on TikTok during the AFC Championship game. That's embarrassing.
different skill sets, Joe.
Yeah.
He takes after his mom.
His mom was big on TikTok back in the day.
Sure.
Will a scoring drive take less time than the national anthem? So we said the national anthem will be 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
This one's so tough because it can happen at any time. It can happen at the end of the half. Oh, man, because I'll just say yes because of Tyreek Hill. He could always just bust one, and it's like, okay, 2 plays, 15 seconds.
And also, it's like not a touchdown, so it could be 50 seconds left at the half, and then one team gets a field goal.
Yeah.
So I think that's an easy yeser there. What will the first letter of the? This is a stupid one. What will be the first letter of the name of the MVP winner? T or P
Or D.
or D? Yeah, if
Or
we're going
S.
to
Or
S.
A or B or C or D.
Could be Q.
you. It's a
The
subliminal
storm is
message in
coming.
QAnon.
Yeah.
I'm just going to skip that one. Longest penalty in the game, over or under 16 and a half yards.
Ooh.
I was going to say under, but.
Well,
So
if you get a pass interference downfield, it's a spot foul.
Yeah. I could see them going like the Chiefs trying to bomb one and then just like
over is more fun.
Yeah, I'd say over.
I'll say over, and it's like controversial as hell and costs one of the teams the games.
I have a hard time just betting unders in general. It's a stupid logic, but it's not exciting.
It's not as fun.
What will the first coaches challenge be successful? Yes, because I think you're going to be kind of yeah, I think if you're challenging something, you're pretty confident in it. Or maybe, I don't know, this could school of thought could go 2 ways. You could be more aggressive because it's Super Bowl, you don't want to take any chances, or you'd be more conservative because you want to keep your timeout. So if it's in the first half, I think you'll be more aggressive, but if in the second half you want to be cautious about it. I'll say yes, though.
I'll say the opposite of whatever Mike Pereira says. Is that an option?
It's CBS this year, right? So it's Mike Carey? No, he's gone. It's
he
what's
fired.
Blandino? No, is it Gene Steratore?
I think it's Gene Steratore.
Yeah, it's Gene Steratore. Yeah.
All right. Either way, all of those guys are always wrong. So whatever the opposite of whatever Gene Steratore.
I think it's going to be yes, because I'm just going to say that it's going to be in the second half, and I think if you're going to challenge something later in the game, you're pretty confident in it.
I'll say yes. Yeah, because you know what? These guys are only going to challenge it if they're really, really sure. Regular season, you can kind of take more risks and stuff and make stupider challenges, but like then again, it is Andy Reid. You know, he's a great coach, but the timeouts, the challenges, he tends to screw those up.
And there's nothing more frustrating than watching. I get super frustrated watching somebody be terrible with their clock management and just waste a bunch of timeouts. Beto, we watched that high school football game like 6 years ago when the coach would not use his timeouts. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about Fenwick?
No, it was Maine South.
Oh.
And the guy, he was not use his timeouts, and we were like screaming.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay.
Bad.
The one, yeah.
Bad clock management kills me.
Yeah, it's terrible. And you know what? Andy Reid could mistake the challenge flag for a barbecue sauce bottle and accidentally throw the challenge flag on the field, thinking he was just trying to, get a little taste.
Will the live casters mention Joe Biden during the game? So I think they say live casters, they mean the broadcasters.
Like
and
Nance and Romo.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to mention Joe Biden during the game.
unless he like comes on the screen. That's the only
Ooh, 60 Minutes ads.
like
It's CBS.
60 minutes on after the Super Bowl.
No, but they could be previewing next week or something. What if Joe Biden's in a story? And Nance has to say, like, next week Joe Biden talks about the anal swabs.
No, you know what? They're not going to be talking about Biden because they're going to be talking about Queen Latifah's show, which airs after the Super Bowl. So they're going to be hyping that to Kingdom Come.
Ooh, that should have been a prop.
I'll say
I
no
don't
to Biden, yes to Mitch McConnell.
Well, the next one is, will they mention Trump? And I think that's a hard no, unless there's a 60-minute story. But I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I think that's a bad one. The last one is, will the price of Bitcoin go up or down during Super Bowl 55?
I defer to Kulling on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes, but I'm not going to say confidently.
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah,
Why not?
it could go up a smidge, go down a smidge. All right, and then the least exciting thing is the actual game line. Is it still Kansas City -3.5? I believe
It's down to 3.
Down to 3. I took Tampa Bay already at 3.5.
I like Tampa Bay.
I defer. No, I'm kidding.
Pass.
Can we go back to the dog props? I don't know. At 3.5, I would lean Tampa Bay. At 3, I've been trying to wait for Chiefs -2.5 because I think the Chiefs will win the game, and I think if they win the game, I have the same logic for the Bills game last week. I think they're going to win, and I think if they win, they're going to win by at least 3. It's tough though because the Chiefs' offensive line is really banged up. We know plenty about how good Tampa Bay's defense is. Their front seven, if they can just get pressure without blitzing, that could be trouble for Mahomes because that's the way you beat him. You cannot blitz Patrick Mahomes because what him and Brady have in common, even this huge difference in age, is they both know where to go with the football right away. And in 3 seconds, no matter what with Mahomes, it's going to be gone if it has to be. So if the Bucs can get pressure on Mahomes without blitzing and just dropping back in the zone, no big plays from Tyreek Hill, they have a really good chance. But I think at 3's tough. I don't see any value in the line, but if I had to make a bet, I would just take the points, even though I think the Chiefs are going to win. It's kind of goofy logic, but I don't want to. I just don't want to lay the 3.
That's fair.
I guess I could.
I'm trying to open my bets that I have open on my Rivers app, but the Rivers app is janky as hell.
It's horrible.
I have over 29.5 passing yards, Tom Brady.
29.5.
Sorry, that'd be an easy one. 295.5. Touchdown score, Rob Gronkowski at +225. Touchdown score, Mike Evans at +125. Either team to successfully – this one just seemed like an easy one to throw a very small amount of money on. Either team to successfully recover an onside kick is +2,000.
Wow.
I put $2 on that. Like, that's whatever. Margin of victory, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 1 to 6 points, +330.
Wow.
Total points over 59.5.
Over 59.5?
Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
+135.
Wow. Okay. So you got better odds on that for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
like an easy one.
I'm correcting I'm laying the points with the Chiefs because I do think they're going to win the game. I don't want to lay 3, but I will. The Mike Evans prop, here's a prop for you. Put some money on him to get the first touchdown of the game.
Thought about that.
I've had him the last 2 weeks and he's cashed. Brady looks his way a lot in the red zone. He's definitely the primary target in the red zone. Between the 20s, though, he doesn't get nearly as many looks as Godwin. So while I like Evans, I think I got him at +1,100 to catch the first touch or score the first touchdown of the game. I'm fading him in terms of his yardage prop, and I'm going all in on Godwin because between the 20s, Brady's always throwing it down the middle of the field. Godwin's kind of taken the Edelman role. But yeah, if for the first touchdown, I love Evans.
here's my problem with, and I know this is part of why it makes it interesting. My problem with the first score bet is it's totally dependent on like who gets the ball first for the most part. So I always get nervous betting on those. There's just so many. Maybe I should stop being a little bitch about it. But I always like, I don't want to do
Well,
that.
take one on the Chiefs too. I like Evans
Yeah.
from the Bucks, but like I would pick probably Kelsey from the Chiefs. You
Yeah.
know, that's
probably the best odds.
Like I think in the Saints Bucks game I had Michael Thomas and Evans. So I always make sure I've got one on each team, but Evans is always undervalued in that market. His odds might have changed since then, but love him to score the first touchdown.
I like the Gronk odds just to score a touchdown in general, plus 225. Because he scored a touchdown in I forgot how many number of Super Bowls. I feel like that's good value.
Yeah. And Gronk's can go all out.
It's probably his last game, right?
He's been saving himself for this game. So yeah. I don't know, he might come back for another season, but he'll definitely be laying it all out.
So he's got to protect his brain a little bit.
He hasn't done a good job of that so far.
I know. I'm just looking out for the guy. All right. That looks like it's a wrap for now. Well, I mean, I can't tease this because by the time people listen to this, it'll already be done. We'll take this over to Clubhouse, which you have to have an invite for. So if you're not able to access Clubhouse, you weren't important enough to listen to it anyway. But that's a wrap.
Take the first quarter under. I'll leave you with that.